Greetings everyone, welcome in another free battlemech party, free mech for July, AS7-D. This is the huge event. You can win a lot of stuff simply by playing the game. Loot bags, everyone like loot bags. So, what do you need to do to get this sweet assault mech? As you can see, you have 28 days, more than 28 days to complete in-game challenges. Get free stuff, active premium time, Mechwarrior credits, Sybils, GXP, GSP, Sybils consumables, a lot of them. You need to gather up 50 loot bags. For Atlas, head cockpit standing item, 100 loot bags. For glowing eyes bolt-ons, 150. For backpack bolt-on, 200 loot bags to get sweet AS7-D version with mech bay included. And 300 loot bags for camo of your choice for your new Atlas. How can I get the loot bags, you ask? Well, simple really. You are getting one loot bag for every 100 match score you accumulate, both with phase 1 and phase 2. Because yes, there are two phases, in which of phase you can get 150 loot bags. To give you an example, I already have 8 loot bags, so let's open them. Let's open one. 5MC, artillery consumable, Sybils, premium time, MCs, and so on and so forth. Warhorn, another premium time. Well, what can I say? Loot bags. Everyone like loot bags. Okay. In the next part of the video, I will show you one game with Atlas, and then we will talk. We will be talking about possible builds for this sweet chassis. Okay, let's dive into the gameplay.
Shutdown sequence overridden. Tank strike protocol active.
Alrighty then. How to approach this?
A lot of them slow ground, Fox 6, headed toward Echo 6.
How to approach this without being smashed to pieces? I need some way to get
There's no
close.
objective. If you don't feel comfortable engaging where you are, move.
Target engaged.
Got a Lance assault Fox 6 low.
Copy.
Good.
Fox, guys, help us, Fox.
Come on, Banshee.
Image
You know you want to do it.
engaged. Target. Target.
Deleted. No blooders.
Running Bravo for you. Left flank, watch out left flank.
Engaged.
Let's push Mad Cat Alpha.
Yep, push it, push it.
Alrighty then, my friend. I don't think you will survive this, but then again I was wrong on occasions, so... This guy's definitely... Oh! I hope I didn't... Right!
India.
Or India.
India's almost open, India's open.
Okay, India is deleted.
Enemy
Keep balling.
destroyed.
Alright, this guy is deleted.
Engaged.
They have a rock fire starter. Please, someone kill that thing. Oh, buddy. No! God damn it! Why would you do that? Sorry, Mad Cat. That guy just... well, I was in the mag zone.
6-0, let's finish him.
Keep smashing.
Alright, Reina. Alrighty then.
Destroyed.
We've almost got them all. Clean up the survivors.
Enemy mech detected.
Piranha. I am not running after Piranha.
Actually, way at the back.
Where?
Yeah, the gauss is like Charlie 5. The gauss guy here eating gauss.
Yeah, he's Charlie 7. It's Charlie 7, solid. Right in the middle.
For real? Really?
Help after the Charlie 7, guys.
Well, this guy's dead.
Alright, Puffin is on last. Charlie
It's
7.
Charlie 7.
Understood, going to Charlie 7.
It's a light
He's
gauss.
Charlie 7 going Charlie 6.
Come on, buddy. You want to reach. You want to show yourself.
I cannot do anything, I cannot get sustained.
It's okay. We will smash him.
Go.
No, I'm not going for legs. Oh.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good job, soldier.
when I
job,
get my
guys.
fall on.
Well,
Hold on.
GG.
Really enjoyable match, one of you.
I know what you mean, bro.
Usually it's shit.
no, I didn't hit
Anyway,
that cut.
look,
See people push as a group for once. But
yeah,
Good
they're
push, guys.
smart actually. I usually see people here dying on the left side.
Alrighty then. I say we did our job as a tip of the spear. And Nico obviously. Ilya Muromets. Nice. Impressive. Impressive play with Ilya Muromets. Alrighty then. As promised. This is the build I used in the game you just saw. It was effective. Blunt instrument. I was more of a tank than precise killing machine. But it did a job. And it did a job pretty well. So, Ultra AC-20, 2 medium range missile launcher 30s and 2 medium pulse lasers. And just to show the middle finger to Lerm boats, Streak boats, SRM boats, missile guys, 1 AMS. It's not enough to really dampen the mood of the dedicated boat, but it can save you some armor or structure. So I say it's worthy. Light engine, 56 km/h, almost 57. In Atlas, you want a speed. You are a brawler. You need to get to place where you can utilize your armor and firepower. 14 double heatsinks. They didn't struggle to keep me cool, and I say that's almost perfect build for this chassis. You can move armor around. I shaved a lot from legs. I shaved something from this arm. I shaved something from this arm. But that is your choice. For this build you need to shave some armor, but you can downgrade the engine, you can take out double heatsinks, whatever. You can skip AMS, and you need to, and then you have enough tonnage to leave your armor as it is. I chose that way. If this is the optimal way for this build, you will be the judge. Alright, in this build we are going even more brawly than the last time. More for survival than destruction, really. We have still 2 MRM launchers, but we have a little more of them now. 70 tubes in total. Previously we had 60. And we swapped not always reliable Ultra Autocannon 20 for always reliable LBX 20. We skipped the lasers and AMS. This gave us the opportunity to use standard engine 340. Speed is almost the same, 55, but thanks to standard engine, even if you lose a torso, you are not losing a speed and hit capacity. That was a danger in the last build. It didn't happen in the game I showed you, but it can happen, so you need to be mindful of that. With this build, that is not a danger. You still have awesome firepower, 90 alpha, so maybe not as great as previously, but you can sustain it better thanks to combination of less hit intensive weapons and more reliable cannon. Yet again, you have everything in torsos, nothing in arms, so you can lose them as was the case with previous build, but this time losing a torso is, well, you are losing some firepower, but you are almost as dangerous as you were seconds before, so yeah, I would say this is zombie build more than the last one. Is it better? You will be the judge. Alright, this is another variation of Brawler Atlas, and let's be serious here. Atlas is dedicated brawler for a reason. What are those reasons? Well, we talked about those previously. Well, on to the build. You are fast, 58 km per hour thanks to light engine 360. That's good. You also have more hitsinks than previously, 17. But you need those hitsinks because you have more hit intensive weapons. 4 medium pulse lasers, 2 SRM, 6 with a Artemis launcher, and AC-20. You can slap this in targeting computer here, or just go for slightly more ammo. Personally, actually, I would skip this targeting computer and use the tonnage to armor up, specifically my arms, because Atlas is made for twisting, and if you are twisting you need the mid shields like your arms. Legs can stay as they are. So this is a brawler, this is fast brawler, this is very deadly brawler. As you can see, your alpha is not as huge as before, but it's way more precise. With AC-20 and 4 medium lasers and SRM-6 you can shoot and twist, and if you are good enough, all of your firepower will land in one component. With AC-20 changes, velocity is high enough that you can actually, on short ranges obviously, sync AC-20 and medium pulse lasers quite nicely. Very precise fire, very reliable firepower because AC-20 will not jump, and you have plenty of ammunition. Your staying power is awesome. Downside to all of that is you have light engine, so you're fast, you're agile, but if you lose one of your torsos, well, you are losing half of your hit capacity and you are even slower than previously. This is the build for people that like more precise firepower. Still not a scalpel thing, but it's good enough. More than good enough. The big MRM launchers with previous builds are more of a blunt instrument, a hammer, a mace. You are bashing your opponent to bloody pulp. You're not aiming really for a specific component with MRMs. Well, maybe CT on assaults or legs on assaults, but you're just saturating them with damage. With this one, you don't need to saturate anything. If you want specific component to be destroyed, you can do it. Alright, let's move on. This one is a mix of two worlds. We swapped our SRM-6 launchers with medium range launcher, a big one. You have higher alpha, that's good, right? Yeah, but somewhat precise nature of SRM-6 with Artemis is gone. This is yet again blunt instrument. Precise firing and twisting with this one, well, let's just say it's not as good. So you are retaining your precise quote-unquote precise weapons, 4 medium lasers and AC-20, and you're adding big, not so precise medium range launcher. You have bigger alpha, you have less hit, you are not as fast, though don't get me wrong, this is still a big light engine for an Atlas, so you're still fast for 100 tonner. But this is a mix. Half of your weapon is of precise nature, half of your firepower is not, and this is the reason I am not a big fan of this build. I like to go either for precise, I can aim everything at single component I want to destroy, or I want to saturate my enemy with firepower, with damage, like in the build I showed you in the video. This is a mix of two worlds, and that is the reason I am not a big fan. Though it's not a bad build, it's a good build, alright? So you may be like, I really like this build, and kudos for you. I'm not a fan, but you will be the judge. Alright, another build. This one is again of a precise nature. You have heavy gauss rifle, snap PPC, 2 medium pulse lasers, and 2 SRM6. This is cool running build, very good alpha build, almost 71 alpha, and most of this damage will go into single components, so be prepared to see some hilarious things happening to your enemies. They will not be happy with you, I can guarantee you that, but this is the standard engine. So you are a zombie build, you cannot be killed that easily. Taking your torso is not a biggie for you. It's inconvenience, true, but you can still slap people around. But you are slow. You are slower than before. 50, almost 53 kph. It's still okay for 100 tonner. There will be situation here and there when you will miss those 4 or 5 or 6 kilometers you had with previous builds. But don't get me wrong, this build is lethal. You still here? Alright, I guess you didn't get bored so far. So, this one is a weird beast. You have option range with 2 LBX 10s, and they are very rapid firing weapon. Well, quote unquote, very rapid firing weapon. With this you have 4 medium pulse lasers and medium range launcher 30. What are the pros and what are the cons of this build? You still have a big firepower. You are kinda DPS, to be honest, with this build, and you can pepper your enemy from, well, bigger range than before with those 10s, autocannon 10s. So that's really good. Nobody really wants to look 100 ton Atlas in the face while getting constantly spammed by LBX pallets with added MRM missiles and some medium pulse lasers as a cherry on top. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes to stare Atlas in the face. Well, maybe if you are trying to headshot it, but dangerous spot that is. Like kicking a tiger in the face. You can get some satisfaction, and sometimes you can even hurt the animal, but yeah, you can imagine the picture. So you have big firepower, you have way more DPS than before, and you still have a standard engine, so you are a zombie build. Losing a torso is not hindering you much. Downsides, you are slow. 52, almost 53 kilometers per hour. So yeah, you need to be aware of that. Alright. Last but not least, we have something completely different. I know some of you were screaming behind the screen, I don't want to brawl, give me something other than brawl. Well, here's your chance. Word of warning though, Atlas is perfectly suited for Brawl and not much else. Everything else will be a compromise, and this is one of those compromises. You are definitely range build. As you can see, optimal range on heavy PPCs here is quite impressive. Nothing to sneeze about. Same with Ultra Autocannon 5s. Nothing to sneeze about it. So, you have the range, you can utilize it. You have 52 alpha, so way lower than in the previous builds. But you can utilize it on way bigger ranges. You are, for an Atlas, you are not so slow. Light engine 340 is giving you 55 km/h, so that's quote unquote enough. You are not so cool running as previously. Hit management in this one can be a struggle, and this is not a DPS build. I know it have Ultra Autocannon 5, but they are here just to give you an option. This is really more of an alpha build. You are shooting once, you are covering yourself with Ultra Autocannon 5s, but you are really, you want to twist or duck into the cover if you can duck with Atlas, and then deliver the second alpha, and so on and so forth. Why? Because the range nature of this build and restrained hit nature of this build, well, let's just say you cannot compete with dedicated DPS builds like Mudcats, Blood Asps, Fafnirs, Annihilators. All of those things will out DPS you on any range, so you cannot go toe to toe with them on their grounds. You need to utilize alpha. Don't get me wrong, you can out DPS some things, many things actually, but this is not a DPS build. It's a range option on the mech that isn't really an range battlemech, if you get my drift. And let me tell you, every hill, as always with Atlas, every hill will be your enemy. Your weapon mounts are low. Alright? So this is a corner picking mech, a cornering mech. You find a corner, hill, building, wherever, and you use that corner to alpha and twist and duck into cover. Hill fighting, cresting the hill, no, just no. But again, this is the range option for people that just do not want to brawl with Atlas anymore. Alright folks, this is it for today. I showed you one game with an Atlas. I showed you a bunch of builds that can work. All of those builds work on the Atlas, on the AS7-D. I played, I think, every one of those builds. I tested them all. And they can be fun, because this mech can be fun. You have enough armor, durability to really ruin someone's day. So, if you enjoyed the video, click a like, comment on it, subscribe to the channel, and see you next time, folks.